Greetings, children, and welcome back. So, today we're talking about triangles and different ways to classify triangles. We're on section 8.16 of your book, and it's titled Facts About Triangles. So, there's two main ways to classify triangles. The first one we're going to talk about is if we classify them by their angle measure. The second one is going to be by their side length. Now, if we're classifying by angle measure, there's three main types and then one kind of subtype for classifying triangles. So let's take a look. Our first type, and this one says that this angle is 80, 80, and 20. Remember, the angles in a triangle always add up to 180. So if all of the angles are less than 90 degrees, then we say that the triangle is an acute triangle. Acute triangle. So this one would be an example of an acute triangle. All of the angles are less than 90 degrees. So all of the angles are acute angles, which makes it an acute triangle. The next one is if we have one of the angles is obtuse. We said obtuse angles are greater than 90 but less than 180. So in this example, we have one of the angles is 130 degrees and then 30 and 20. So an obtuse triangle always has one angle that's obtuse. Now we can't have more than one angle because, like I said earlier, the angles have to add up to 180. So if you had two that were greater than 90, that would already be more than 180. Very similarly, we have a right triangle. A right triangle has one right angle. Remember, the symbol for right angle is this little square drawn in the corner. That tells us that the two parts of the triangle here, the two sides, intersect at 90-degree angles. So we say that those are perpendicular. And this one is a right triangle. Once again, you can only have one right angle in a right triangle. And if you have one right angle, that makes it a right triangle. And then our fourth one up here at the top, all three are 60. 60 times 3 is 180. So if all three of the angles are 60, then we have what we call an equiangular triangle. Now, it's a type of acute triangle, but all of the angles are equal, so we call them equiangular. But once again, like I said, the three main types are acute, all acute angles, obtuse, and right. And then there's a special type of acute triangle called an equiangular triangle, where all of the angles are 60. So that's how we can classify angles by measure. So if something tells you classify these triangles by measure, you would write either acute triangle, obtuse triangle, right triangle, or equiangular triangle. Our next method for categorizing triangles and classifying them is by side length. So let's take a look. We need to know the lengths of the sides. So in this top one, this one is 2, 2, and 2. So if all three sides are the same length, then we say that they are equilateral. Lateral just means side. So if you've ever played football or watched a football game, someone throws a lateral pass, they throw it to the side. They don't throw it forward. So equilateral means that all the sides are equal. You'll notice equilateral triangles are also equiangular. So keep that in mind. An isosceles triangle has two sides that are the same length, and then one side that is different. In this case, it's 1, 2, and 2. And isosceles is spelled I-S-O-S-C-E-L-E-S. So make sure to take note of that. And then our last type of triangle would be a scalene triangle. Scalene means that all three of the sides have different lengths. So we have all three are the same, two are the same, all three are different. So equilateral, all are the same. Isosceles, two are the same. Scalene, all three are different, so none are the same. Okay, so let's review real quick. Angle measure, we have acute if it's all acute angles, obtuse if there's an obtuse angle, right if there's a right angle, equiangular if they're all the same angle, and then equilateral by length means all the sides are the same. Isosceles means two of the sides are the same. Scalene means none of the sides are the same. So that's how we can classify triangles. Classifying triangles is pretty straightforward. So when you're doing your homework, make sure that you check the lengths of the sides, check the measure of the angles. Thanks. Have a great day.